Hello, good morning, and welcome back to another edition of the Good, the Bad, the Ugly, the Juice Review Show, brought to you by the Department of Inhaled Vapours. Now, the three juices I'll be looking at today, this will be a two-part review, but I'll be looking at three for this part, will be Berry Fusion from Mr Coily, the Purple Slurpee, and last but not least, the Electric Orange. Have got to say, for the record, any views or opinions you hear during this review are mine and mine alone. I have not paid for the product. I have not been paid to do this review. This product was very kindly sent to me by Mr Coily for review purposes only. Also, please note, personal preferences, personal taste, personal setups, and of course personal preference to power levels will alter what you get from a juice. I can only personally review what I'm getting myself. As usual, we will just go through boxes, labels, bottles, and the like. Artwork on the box. Kind of reminds me of an animated guy from a kids' educational science program. Would like to say I'd love to see the size of this guy's RDA or RDTA, because that is fecking massive. He's potentially got about 4 tampons worth of cotton in there. Labels and stuff. Right. As now obligatory, and as we all know, is complete bollocks. This product contains nicotine, which is a highly addictive substance. Been debunked so many times it hurts, but it's got to be on there. On the bottom, we've got your barcode, but also we've got, that's not going to focus it. Yeah, you can say it's got the batch number and also the expiry date. On the side, you're told the strength of it, which in this case will be 3 milligrams, and it's a 70% VG, and also it's 3 times 10. Got to say, on each one of these I will tell you what the VG PG content is, because there is a slight variation to each juice to what that level is. It's as near as 70 as it potentially could be, but there is a slight variation on that. On the back we've got the ingredients. I mean, Berry Fusion will be the one I'll go through all that part when I do the review for each one of these. Caution! Keep out the reach of children and pets. Only to be used with e-cigarettes. Wash hands thoroughly after handling. If swallowed, call a poison centre or doctor physician. If you're feeling unwell, rinse mouth. Refer to the device manufacturer's instructions for refilling. Do not sell to anyone under the age of 18. And then we've got the 18 warning sign. We've got the toxicity exclamation diamond, and also the raised triangle. Just so people with restricted vision can actually feel that and go, oh, okay, I know not to drink this. On the inside, we have the now obligatory leaflet. Now, we all know we're going to read this once and throw it away, but I'll just go through it. To be fair, what I've seen of it, it's pretty bog standard. There's just one bit that didn't really need to be in there, but here's the leaflet. Yeah, it's quite a big one as well. I mean, I need to get to know these people because I'm crap at folding maps, and to get all this into some of these boxes, I'm quite impressed with. It's in 8 different languages. That's why it's so big. So only basically that little bit there is the only part that matters to us. It's pretty bog standard. You'll find it in a lot of the leaflets you're getting. The only thing that slightly really didn't need to be there was the refilling instructions. There's just a little bit in here. It says based on the Kanga CL Tank V2. Well, that's a very small subsection of the vaping community that's got that. And it says given devices for illustration only, but you don't need to illustrate it just for one device. The only part you really need in this was please consult the manual of the device you're using for refilling instructions. Please note the refilling opening of the chosen device should be able to receive the bottle nozzle, which is 2.1 millimeters wide and 9 millimeters long. That's the only bit that needed. Didn't really need this picture of the Kanga tank there, and that little bit again might have saved yourself a little bit of printing and paper. But as we all know, we're going to get that once. We're going to have everything else is pretty bog standard on there. We're going to get it once, and we're going to go pooh, recycling bin. Just like this box, when you get it, you're going to take the 3 out of there and then go pooh, recycling bin. Yeah, it is excessive packaging. All right, it doesn't have to damage the environment. You could just put it in your recycling bin. We're all happy then. Anywho, moving on to the juice. My weapon of choice today will be the RX200S, and that's got the Mako Dripper dual cooled to 0.2. We'll just quickly go through the bottles because there's not a lot of additional information on there. Basically, all the information, it's basically the same as the box, to be fair. All the information on this bottle is also on the box. So that's fine and dandy. Childproof lid as industry standard. And also each one, I've taken it off on this one, will come with a tamper ring. If the tamper ring is broken, I'm not quite sure what you do now. Because in the olden days, if we were in the shop and they gave you your bottle of juice that you're going to buy, and you looked at it, and you could, because you'd see it, it's not in a box, you go, oh, that tamper ring's broken, can you swap it for another one, please? You can't really do it now, because generally you're going to find out when you get home if a tamper ring is broken. By which time it's too late. Because you could then take it back to the shop, and the guy at the shop goes, did you try that and not like it? And you just now telling me that the tamper ring's broken so you can get another bottle? Yeah, it's a bit, it's made it incredibly awkward, and it depends on how well now your vendor knows you and trusts you. Whether that you're not trying to pull a fast one. It's a bit silly, it's a bit awkward, it's a bit annoying, but it's the situation we're now in. Anywho, I'm going to start off with a Berry Fusion. Now, the VG-PG content for this, the VG is actually 69.7. It's very precise. I'm kind of giving credit for that. Which then also means that the PG is 30.3. It contains bubblegum flavour, raspberry flavour, artificial sweetener, which normally raises alarm bells for me a little bit, nicotine, and other flavourings. So let's give it a bash. I've got to admit, you can smell the bubblegum. I'm not generally a big fan of bubblegum flavourings. I normally find that the main flavour dies off quite quick and you've just left that I'm chewing on spent bubblegum flavour. You know, that chemically, plasticky, yeah. So I'm going to be interested to see what this one is like. Well, I'm going to start off at 3.7 as per normal. Yeah, I'm going to start off at 68.4 watts, which is 3.7, or what your basic Ego pen will pump out at. Here we go. Cloud production is remarkably good. I know it's a 70-30, it should be good anyway, but really smooth and voluptuous clouds coming from that. No throat hit, Billy bonus for me any time of the day. Flavour, it's a very nice raspberry. Which as that dies down, then the bubblegum flavour comes through. There's no combination of the two, it's kind of a really nice raspberry bubblegum. Actually, it's a very good bubblegum at the end. It really is. One of those ones that kind of tricks the brain, so you start chewing on you're chewing on nothing. Let's face it here. But that raspberry is nice. Raspberry does die out quite quick. And it is very strong bubblegum flavour upwards. So it's not, maybe not something I'd potentially go for at this moment. But I'm going to go up to 4. And see if that just raises up the raspberry any. I don't know why I actually stuttered there, the raspberry. Right, we're going to go up to 80.1 watts, which is now 4 volts. Still no throat hit. Raspberry has raised up. Raspberry's actually now got a slight fizz to it. Which is now, it's kind of a fizzy raspberry bubblegum. Bubblegum comes in a bit quicker as well. So you're getting more of a raspberry bubblegum flavour in your mouth. And then that fizz. Once again, once that raspberry's died down, you are left with bubblegum in the mouth. It's actually a good bubblegum. Actually, that's not bad at all. And I'm not a fan of this type of flavour. It's something I'd dip into. I wouldn't say it'd be an all-day vape for me personally, but it would have something, because I normally take a dripper out. I'm not much of a tank fan. So I normally have like about 5 or 6. Well, anyone who's seen me, especially if I'm doing a review, I've normally got about 20 juices on me. But on a normal day, I've normally got about 5 in my pocket, so I have a little rotation throughout the day. It would definitely go in a rotation. does sit on the tongue. The raspberry does sit on the tongue nicely. And then as you exhale, actually just at the end of the inhale, the bubblegum starts to kick in. And then on the exhale is just pure bubblegum. But you've already got that raspberry flavour. Slightly sizzling on the tongue. And that flows over. It's a nice fruity bubblegum. I'm going to go up to 4.2. We're now going up to 88.1 watts. Well, basically a full battery on a mech. Oh, wow, that raspberry has gone up again. Actually, the bubblegum's gone up as well. This, if you want it more in your face, I'd go higher up. It's a bit of a power haul for that because all the flavours are increased. Oh wow, the raspberries now lasted longer. Actually, it's not on the exhale. The bubblegum comes in quicker, but it's not quite as strong now on the inhale. On the exhale. You're getting it more on the in. That's just dying down. It's got a little fizz on the tongue. That's nice. Higher up, there really is a lot of raspberry in this. Nice, juicy, slightly fizzy raspberry and the bubblegum. Yeah, if you're a fan of bubblegum flavours, I'd give that one a go. That's actually quite good. I was actually quite shocked by that. As I say, I'm not a fan of bubblegum ones as a general rule, but that one I could quite happily dip into in a rotation. Right, I'm going to give this a quick blowout, and then I shall move on to the next one, which is the Purple Slurpee. Now, it seems staple nowadays that every company must have some form of slush. And the amount of companies that say, oh, this is a slush doodah, this is a blue slush, this is la 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 la, and then not put any form of coolant into it. So it's actually, no, it isn't. It's a blue raspberry. It's not slush. Slush is cold. So I'll be interested to see what they've done with this one. Let's have a look on the back. Alright, we've got VG at 69.7 again, PG at 30.3. Grape flavour. Artificial sweetener. One thing I would like to say, mind you, there was artificial sweetener in that last one, and my coils was clean as anything, so they haven't overdone it. I noticed that with the flavour as well. They haven't overdone it to the point where your coils go, oh, what have you done to me? You've covered me in shite. It has been used sparingly, so I was well with that one anyway. Then right, anyway, artificial sweetener, bubblegum flavour again, lime flavour. And a cooling agent. So we're like a coolader in this then, which cheers me up a bit. I never understand if you're going to do a slushy slurpee, anything to do with an ice flavoured drink, that you don't put anything to cool it. You just got a flavoured drink. You ain't got a slush. A quick splurge. There we go, we'll go back down to 3.7. Alright, I'm down to 68.6 watts. Here we go. Ooh. Wow. No throat hit. Clouds, you can see. Flavour. Wow. Do you know I've not generally had grape and lime together? You're not really getting the bubblegum. I think that's just been used to assist flavourings. Alright, there might be a slight edge. But it's very blink and you miss this kind of in there. It's just there to assist flavourings. The grape and lime is a combination I actually haven't had. Go together so well. You get this really deep grape flavour to start off with. And it's just got this lime kicker at the end of it. Which just makes the mouth water. And then you get the coolader effect as you breathe out. You get this lovely cool breeze coming from your face. Nothing's been overdone. They haven't blasted this with Coolada. It's just enough to add that little cold effect to it. The grape is absolutely fantastic. I say that little lime mouthwater at the end, that little kick at the end of lime. Ooh, this might be something special. Going to go up to 4. Going up to 80.1 watts. See if this does any new tricks. Oh. The grape stays at about the same level. The lime is enhanced. Oh, that really is quite refreshing. And so is the Coolada effect on it as well. There's a nice cold breath coming from that one on the exhale. The lime sits on the tongue, really, really nice. But that grape and lime at the beginning is mmm. Oh yeah, if you're a fan of slushies and a fan of something just a little bit different, I'll give this one a look, guys. It's a really good grape, it's a really good lime, and it's a really nice Coolada. It's just, the package has been put together really, really well. It's blended well. They're not fighting against each other. Oh. Yum, yum, yum. No, I'm impressed with that. I'm going to go up to 4.2. Wow. That lime really does hang around at the end as well. It's kind of like you've got 2 slushes going on at once. I'm a little bit of a top up for 4.2 because I'm going to haul this one. I really am. This will quite happy at 4 volts go into my all-day vape selection. I could quite happily vape that all day. Oh, we're now at 88.4 watts, and the lime is starting to blast out the grape. It's now more of a lime slushy. Still got that nice Coolada effect at the end. Low down, incredibly grapey, with a kicker of lime. Mid ground, you get a happy playtime of everything together. Higher up, it's more lime with this this subtle hint of grape. So depending on which is your favourite out of them two, you can play around with it and get what you want. Coolada does not take your face off, like I've had with some others. Overall, that's a very mouth-watering juice, a very mouth-watering blend. Yeah, if you're a fan of slushies, go for that one, guys. Yeah, if you're a fan of grape, fan of lime, fan of slushies, that's good. I'm going to have another go before I go on to the last one, which is the electric orange. No, I really like that. That's really, really nice. Quick blowout, then on to the last. But like I say, the coils are still clean. There's been no crap left on that, even though both of them have had artificial sweetener in them. So I should let go and move on to the last one. And that'll be the end of part 1. The electric orange. Now, I miss orange vapes. We've gone back a few years, we had a big raft of orange flavours or stuff that included orange, and then it kind of went a bit dead. And then it seems it started to make a comeback once you had elements doing like orange juice and all this sort of thing. It sort of people got a taste for it again. So I'll be interested to see what this one's like. I shall always go through the back, see what they're saying. Alright, now this one, the VG is 70 and the PG is 30. We've got orange flavour, artificial sweetener, coolant agent. Oh, okay, I've not generally had that with an orange before. Nicotine. Alright, here we go. We'll go back down to 3.7. 68.6 watts. There we go. Oh, wow. Fruit it. There is a bitter one. There's a lot of cooler in this. And I'm worried because I'm obviously going to go higher up, and that's potentially going to get stronger. Whew, this is a cold one. They have put, in my opinion, slightly too much cooler in this. It does take away. Once that cooler, the initial blast calms itself down a bit, it is a very nice orange juice. It's not orange squash. It's not an orange. It's an orange juice. But that cooler at the beginning, kind of oh wow! It is quite a hit. You do feel it hit the back of your throat, the cooler. Now it does take. So once that dies down, the orange juice flavour is actually really nice. But that initial blast is a bit. Ooh, hello. It is actually a really good orange juice at the end. But it just didn't need that much cooler blast at the beginning. I'm going to go up to 4 volts. I'm going up to 80 watts. Here we go. Okay, this one generally just actually does need the power because it's now boosted the orange juice element of it. So it's now just a ice cold orange juice instead of a credible minty blast with orange as an afterthought. It needs the power for both of them to come together. It's kind of kept, to be fair, the cooler element of it the same, but the orange needs the power to compete with it. So I'll definitely go for at least 4. Yeah, I won't go to the lower range for this unless you just want a slightly fruity, minty blast. Go about the middle, and then you get a nice combination of the two. That's definitely a lot better with that little injection of power. I'm going to go up to 4.2, and that'll bring me to the end of this review as well. Yeah, the aftertaste is lovely, and it really does help, that little extra bit of power there. Right, I'm going up to 4.2, which is now 88 watts. Oh, that took me by surprise. It is very cold, but now you're more getting the blast of orange juice at the beginning with a cold finish. The coldness does sit right at the back of the tongue. It sits and down the throat. So every time you breathe out, you can feel the coldness coming out. But you do get a lovely orange juicy start to it and then a cool finish. Personally, middle ground, best of both worlds. If you're more fruity with a hint of mint, go high. If you're more minty with a hint of fruit, go low. So someone you can play with to actually get it to the degree and the level that you want it. Right, well that brings me to the end of part 1. Please come back soon. I shall be bringing part 2, which will have, if I remember rightly, the Pink Fizz and the RCB Cubes. If you have enjoyed what you've watched today, please like, share, comment, and of course subscribe to the channel. And I shall be back very, very soon with part 2. See you later, people. Take care.